guys, and welcome back. So today we are going to be hatching a new dragon, but just before we do that, I did want to mention that the Fut San dragon, which is a dragon everyone's been like, what the heck dragon is that? I've never seen it, there's no images on the wiki, so what is it, Quacks? So the Fut San dragon is actually the black dragon that you see in the bottom right hand corner of this image right here. So we've got the Heavenly on the left, the Azure in the middle, and the Fut San on the right hand side. And this is the dragon that was used in basically the very original update release images, I guess you could say. Like, he was the first one that we pretty much ever saw for update 4.0. So you can see him here on my old thumbnail for a different video. So he's a really cool looking dragon. I saw so many people saying they adore this dragon when they saw the 4.0 notes, and now we are going to be able to get him. So, you know, I really do hope that we will be able to hit the milestones in this upcoming event, and the milestones themselves were actually revealed by Andres on the forums as well. So he said, no need to panic, the setup didn't change compared to the previous Dragon's Delight. The leaderboard reward is the Azure Dragon, what's given to the top 3 players. Not too happy about that. The Heavenly and the Fut San Dragons are milestone rewards, 4th and 5th milestones being 550 and 700 points. So if you want to get the Fut San, we need 700 points, which can be kind of tricky to actually get. And the Azure being the leaderboard prize makes me a very unhappy camper, but you know, we'll take what we can get. If there's at least one new dragon on offer, I will be trying my best, but let me know what you think. And so moving on from Dragon's Delight event stuff, we have a new dragon to hatch. So this is the Chestnut Dragon, which we got from the boss challenge event not too long ago. Very, very cute little dragon altogether. So when winter comes nipping at your nose, this trainer recommends cozying up with the Chestnut Dragon and roasting its namesake on an open fire. So he's a plant, earth and water epic, not really a great dragon. I mean, 59 base attack is really low compared to what I'd expect, especially when there are legendaries and divines with base of 80. But a very cool dragon to add to your collection, and you know, with him being from the boss challenge event only, obviously we've only been able to get him once. So, you know, I was really happy that we managed to get him. I think we unlocked him within the last, like, 3 hours of the event, something like that. And that was after I did essentially gem my way through the first bit of the event. But that's, you know, if you're busy and you have stuff to do, I'm sure you understand what I mean. But we've got little baby Chica, and now we have leveled him up into his adult form. And honestly, I think he looks super majestic. I like how his wings are like the outside shell of his chestnut. I just think it's ridiculous. Like, who comes up with these ideas? Who? But very, very suitable for the current season, because obviously it's autumn now for, I guess you could say Europe at least, because, you know, if you're on the opposite side of the world, it's going to be the opposite season for you. But, like, that's why the Autumn Dragon / Fall Dragon have been coming out and everything, even though, again, in different parts of the world, it's not exactly the same season. So I guess it can be kind of confusing if you, say, live in, I don't know, Australia, and then everyone's celebrating, like, autumn, and you're like, but it's spring! It makes no sense! It makes no damn sense! But that's the reason why. If you weren't aware, the seasons are completely different depending on where you are. And plus there's countries where it's basically just one season the whole year, or like 2 seasons max. Like, it's either monsoon season and summer and no other season. That's what India felt like, at least, especially depending on where you lived. But, you know, for everyone that is going into fall / autumn, this is probably one of my favourite, if not my favourite, season of the year, because, you know, it's not super warm during summer, it's just getting colder, it's getting windy. It's just my sort of season, to be honest with you. It is my sort of thing. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm sort of quiet, it is 2 AM. It is indeed 2 AM. So I'm trying my best to, I guess, not be too loud. Although I will probably fail at that, because who decides to record at 2 AM anyway? I don't know, an idiot. And Mr. Laser Dragon still has just over a day until he's gonna finish hatching. If only we had VIP, wouldn't that be useful? Just a little bit. It would only take like half of a day's off. But, you know, I am still trying to breed for another Laser Dragon like I've said a few times because, you know, if we have multiple Laser Dragons, then we can try multiple times at once for the Red Scale Dragon, assuming that we have 2 breeding dens, of course. But our second breeding den is also going to be going soon. So all of these wonderful privileges that we had before are going to disappear. So, I guess that's not too bad, especially since I'm not even going to be at home most of the time. But anyway, you know, on top of that, we do also have a special bundle out for the Yin-Yang Dragon, which he is £30, and there's a legendary habitat and like 2 million food just under. It's really not worth it for the food. And when I got the Yin-Yang Dragon myself, I did buy him in a bundle. Where is he, by the way? Is he over here? Yes. I was going to say, am I blind? I must be blind. But I did also buy him in a bundle for around about 20-something pounds. And I still feel like 20 to 30 pounds for a legendary is still way too steep compared to what I'd want to pay for them. And the Yin-Yang Dragon, to be honest with you, doesn't have the best elements in the world. So, I'm not a big fan of this dragon anyway. I probably would not suggest using him on a team. So if you were wondering like, yeah, but if I buy him, I can use him and he'll be super good, right? Yeah, not really. Yeah, not really. So, I don't know, it's up to you. If you just really like the dragon, go ahead and buy it. But, let's just say it's not my suggestion that's going to be forcing you to do that. And you know, with all of this breeding and event stuff that's going to be going on, I actually feel so bad for this mentor dragon. I bet so many people have just completely ignored him this week. Like, he's barely been available that frequently, and now the one time he's come back, there's just so much other crap to do that now no one's even going to try and breed the poor thing. Rest in peace, you poor soul. But, you know, the new event is starting today. Ugh. I really don't want to have to think about doing a Dragon's Delight event so soon after everything else. But we gotta prepare for it. So, again, we're not putting in long timers if we can help it. We're gonna be trying as well as we can, but I'm really not gonna make any promises that I'm gonna be able to do the event this time around. Not because it's going to be excessively more difficult or anything like that, it's just not the right time for me to be doing it. You know, I've had people say before, like, no, why is the Divine event started when I'm about to go on a 2-week camping trip? And you know, I feel for you. I really do. It's just like your holiday or your time off from work, for example, could be at the complete wrong time compared to how you need it to be able to do the DML events, in which case, you know, sad life. Massive rest in ripperinos to that. But, you know, hey, for every time that you do miss out on the events, I'm sure there's another time where you'll have good luck or good timing with whatever else you're doing, and you will be able to participate and win whatever you want. So, you know, I guess it depends. Plus, obviously, if you have a phone and you can go and take it with you, then you'll be able to do the event wherever, with whatever. And the thing about the Dragon's Delight events is they don't really get affected too much based off of player level, unless you just don't have enough habitats, or you don't have any hatchery space for the breeding quests, for example. But apart from that, player level really doesn't really make too much of a difference. You know, with the castle events, they're normally easier the lower your player level is, so don't assume I'm saying it the opposite way around. Like, the lower your player level is, the lower the levels of your dragons are, which means that, on average, you're going to have a more evenly leveled team the lower your level is. Whereas in the Dragon's Delight event, it's just all RNG with how lucky you get with the items. And obviously, logging in frequently to actually do the quests themselves. But, you know, Lady Luck RNG, hopefully it's good to you. But if you do have to sit there and refresh the little tubes for like 18 hours straight, then, you know, power to you. I hope you, I hope you try your best and get whatever you can done. I want to use Kronos, but I have food in that's going to last another 24 minutes. I think the main question is, will I be able to stay awake for another 24 minutes to wait for it? To be honest, probably. It's only 2:10. What, why would... You're not awake at 2 AM all the time? Psh, you're missing out. It's great. Everything's dark, pitch black, quiet. You don't have to deal with anyone because who would be out at 2 AM? Actually, it's really not that bad of a time frame. Although it does screw up your sleeping schedules and such, obviously. Unless you're not a fan of sleep. In which case, you'll probably wake up in like a couple of hours anyway. It's like you go to bed at 2 AM, wake up at 4 AM. Great. I don't think that would be the wisest decision. I'm not going to deny that. I don't think sleeping for 2 hours a night is probably going to be the best thing for a person. But, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe you've just never tried it. What about the people that have night shift work and they wake up at like 10 PM? Imagine waking up at 10 PM and staying up all night and then sleeping at like 8 AM. That would be insane. But, you know, speaking of which, like I said, I'm trying to be quiet. Try not to wake anyone up. Try not to be really loud. So, I think that is everything that I wanted to go through for now. So again, be aware that the new event is starting in like probably 12 hours time-ish at the time of me actually recording. So probably like 10 hours from when most of you will watch it upon immediate release. But, you know, best of luck. I hope you have the free time necessary for the events, and I hope that your breeding does end up going well, or as well as it can, between now and then. So for now, thank you very much for joining me. I love you, and I will be back soon.